are a Belgium-based brand called Ressence. The company started in 2010. Benoit Mintiens, which is the founder and the genius mind behind those incredible products, he showed the first prototype back then in 2010 at the Basel World Fair, which is one of the biggest fair on the planet about watchmaking. And since then we were growing step by step in order to reach now 30 points of sales around the world. You can find our watches in the US, in Middle East, obviously in Asia, in Europe, and with a production of 300 pieces a year. We started last year to work with as a partner with Blue Salon. We are very happy because for us we are a small brand. You have to understand that we produce 300 watches a year. So it's a drop in the ocean of the fine watchmaking industry, and therefore we have to rely on very good partners and that understand the philosophy behind the brand, that understand the products, because here our product, they look very simple but they are extremely complex to make. We are talking about more or less 400 components for all of our watches. So it's you need the know-how in order to be able to sell and to pass on that information to the end clients. Basically, we use discs and not hands in order to give the time. So as you can see maybe on this Ressence Type 3, we have a disc for the hour, we have a disc for the minutes, we have a disc for the day of the week, we have a disc for the date, for the oil temperature, because yes, there is 35 milliliter of oil inside the watch. 35 milliliter, it's an espresso inside the watch. And then finally we have a running indication that makes a revolution in 6 minutes. And let me show you the magic behind our watch. I'm gonna set the watch, and there you understand that every minute that passes, you have a different dial, you have a different watch. You noticed as well that I didn't use a crown in order to set the time. I used the case back. On a Ressence, there is no crown. We use the case back in order to set the watch, to wind the watch. So there are many different innovations in order to make that possible. We developed inside the watch a bellows system in order to compensate for the variation of volume of the oil. We developed a magnetic transmission in order to pass on the minute information from the dry part to the oil part. We developed an hydraulic shock absorber. There is a lot of different innovations. That's on the Type 3. On the Type 5 that I'm showing here, this is, simply said, the first and only mechanical watch that you can see underwater. All other watches, when you have them underwater, you will experience a mirror effect, meaning that the refraction of the light will turn the dial as a mirror. Thanks to the use of oil here, the oil shares the same indexes of refraction of the light as the water, and therefore you're the first and only mechanical watch that you can see underwater. It functions like the Type 3, so when I unlock the back case, I'm gonna set as well the time by the case back, moving the case back. Everything is extremely light because we use only titanium, so those watches are extremely light and extremely comfortable on the wrist. Why they are comfortable on the wrist? Because on the Ressence you have no sharp angle. Everything is convex. It's like a pebble. What I wanted to show you is the novelty that we presented at the SHH this year, which is the Type 1 squared. And for the first time, even though all our watches are automatic, we have a closed case back. And with the closed case back, what we introduced is it's a small lever that you pull out, and by pull out this lever, you're gonna set the time and wind the watch at the same time. So it's very intuitive, it's very functional, I would say, and very user-friendly. And by closing the case back, we have a very thin case. So this watch is intended both for men and for women to wear. It's very reasonable size. And this watch is a bit less complex than the two previous ones that I showed you, Type 3 or Type 5, because there is no oil inside the watch. But you still have the discs mechanism and a very unusual flat display of the time.